My mother was addicted to drugs and my father just wasn't around. So really, my mom wasn't the best person to care for me. And so that's when my grandparents stepped in. He was the only person I saw when I woke up, the last person I saw before I went to bed. He was the guy that would cook me breakfast, make sure I got to school on time, get on me about my grades if I wasn't doing well. He was the type of guy that would love you unconditionally. He would do anything he could for you. But I really remember him teaching me how to drive a stick shift. I remember getting stuck on a hill and just stalling out, and I remember him just regretting that decision to buy me a stick shift. But it took me about 3 days until I learned how to drive it. So if it wasn't for my grandfather, I would have been in the system. I would have been put up for adoption. And so I was able to be with my grandfather, learn about my family, learn about their stories, and that's just something that I hold close to me. So kinship is an important solution because it's a more natural pairing, someone staying within their family as opposed to being involved with a state system and seeing the individual as a person and not just an issue on society. And so that's why kinship care is something that I feel is so important to me. I think a lot of times if someone's in the system, I think they tend to not feel like they belong. And I feel like struggling with identity is something that they really have difficulties with.
Connect was started to make sure that kids did not grow up in foster care. What we've evolved to over these past many years is supporting kinship caregivers.
Everybody wants to help kids and families, right? Everybody kind of aligns with that. But what that looks like in terms of our investments and our policies and practices and training looks very different and is interpreted very different.
We believe that families have strengths and that they can solve the problems that they're facing. And so the idea that we could find their kin and we could reconnect them and have them have that sense of belonging in that network was the work that we needed to do.
I think my advice to other states who are interested in really prioritizing kin first and ensuring that families and young people and children can stay together is don't wait. There are kids right now who need these kind of programs to find their family members and to help them understand who they are.
I think people would be more likely to provide kinship care if they understood the impact that it had on a young person. I don't think my grandfather at 60 in his mid 60s, planned on being a caregiver, but he saw a young child that needed help and that was transformative in his life and in my life as well.